The Transformers movie series is perhaps both the most straightforward and difficult movie series in cinematic history. At its core, the Transformers brand is based on Hasbro toys that show enormous mechanical aliens engaged in bloody combat. But over the course of Michael Bay's first 4 films, the Transformers story has revealed a startlingly intricate plot that includes how the Transformers were involved in the human history and how they intend to use Cybertron technology to conquer Earth. Of course, before they start wreaking havoc on one another. We are going to explore some of the most mind-boggling stories, technologies, and cars from all over the world. We will explain the questions who, what, why, and how. Eager to unveil those? Stay tuned to Explained. Before we get into all of the details, don't forget to subscribe to Explained. You've come to the right place if you're looking for unique and interesting content, so let's get right into it. Now, how did the legendary Transformers movie start? The Transformers toy line, which was a rebranding of Takara's Diaclone and Microchange toy lines for Western markets, marked the start of the series in 1984. The Transformers animated television series and the comic book series of the same name, which are further subdivided into Japanese, British, and Canadian spin-offs respectively, are both referred to as Generation 1. Thereafter, sequels such as the Generation 2 comic book and the Beast Wars TV series, which developed into their own mini-universe, appeared. With Dreamwave in 2001 and IDW publishing in 2005, characters from Generation 1 had 2 reboots. A third will begin in 2019. The tale has been retold in multiple forms based on various toy lines throughout and beyond the 20th century. The first was the Robots in Disguise series, which was followed by these 3 programs, Armada, Energon, and Cybertron, which together form the Unicron trilogy, a single universe. How were they made? When Industrial Light and Magic started working on Michael Bay's Transformers, the VFX team believed that they would be modeling 3 or 4 hero robots that could undergo 14 transformations. 48 different transformations of the robots were created by animators and character designers who moved digital headlights, bumpers, motors, tailpipes, doors, gaskets, bolts, tires, and other parts from the CG jets, automobiles, helicopters, trucks, and other vehicles. Each change was manually created by the animators and character technical directors, who then sent the machines to war by controlling them with 144,341 rigging nodes. They are the 21st century's massive, powerful, big-screen battle machines. The history of the Transformers is the first chapter of the first Transformers movie. The Autobots and Decepticons are 2 rival groups that fight each other on their home planet of Cybertron. The Decepticons are attempting to obtain the Allspark, a potent artifact that would provide its owner limitless power. The Autobots, commanded by Optimus Prime, are fighting to stop them. Optimus Prime launches the Allspark into space in order to prevent the villainous Megatron from obtaining it. The 2 former heroes are introduced to the rest of the Autobots, who have recently arrived on Earth after saving Sam and his friend Michaela. Megatron and the Decepticons will use the Allspark to reactivate all of the Earth's machinery and exterminate the human race if they manage to get their hands on it. The Allspark is extinguished, the majority of the Decepticons either perish or flee, and Optimus Prime manages to salvage a small piece of the Allspark before the film comes to a conclusion. The Primes, the original Transformers, roamed the galaxy, building sun harvesters in an attempt to produce more power similar to that of the Allspark. This new history is continued in the Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen plot. Megatronus Prime disobeys the laws and constructs a sun harvester on Earth, despite the fact that it's forbidden to place a sun harvester on a planet that supports life. While the other Primes can find the Fallen, the sun harvester is hidden but never turned on. The movie's battle sequence follows, during which Megatron destroys Optimus Prime. Sam and his team are sent to Egypt by an older Transformer known as the Seeker in order to locate the Matrix of Leadership, which is said to resurrect Optimus Prime. Megatron and the Fallen, who have revealed the Sun Harvester, square off against Optimus Prime. He decimates the Sun Harvester, dismembers Megatron, and kills the Fallen. In the next part, when the Ark, a ship from Cybertron carrying top-secret innovations, crashed onto our moon in 1961, the Transformers story is transported back to the time in the dark of the moon's history lesson. The development of the American and Russian space programs was a reaction to this catastrophe and the cover-up attempt. Optimus Prime finds a piece of the Ark in the present while investigating alleged extraterrestrial technology at Chernobyl. Sam begins investigating the Ark along with Sector 7 agent Seymour Simmons. After killing an Autobot, Sentinel Prime begins bringing concealed Decepticons from the moon to Earth. Because the Autobots remain hidden on Earth, everyone is safe and the conflict begins. Megatron and Sentinel Prime are both killed by Optimus Prime, the transport bridge is destroyed, imploding Cybertron and Autobots adopt Earth as their new home. In the following movie, an alien civilization known as the Creators visited Earth millions of years ago and used a tool called Seed to terraform it by dispersing an alloy known as transformism. The Transformers story then continues to the present day when a geologist begins extracting. Galvatron, the prototype of the new Transformer, resembles Megatron more than Optimus Prime because, as it turns out, he is a reincarnation of Megatron. As Lockdown arrives and kidnaps Tessa and Optimus Prime, Galvatron loses his mind and starts fighting the Autobots. Shane, the boyfriend of Cade and Tessa, sneaks into Lockdown's ship where he discovers a brand new kind of Transformers called Dinobots and uses them against Lockdown and Galvatron. Galvatron retreats, Lockdown is destroyed, and Optimus declares that he will seek out the Creators as the smoke clears. The simplest explanation for the Transformers The Last Night is that Michael Bay and the company formally decided that these films don't have enough to make sense on a narrative, coherent, or even moment-to-moment level. Every single word of dialogue runs counter to a scene from one of the previous films. It could be the first movie to have been made since the medium was created in which not a single action that occurs on screen at any given point has to take place. There are only lights and colors, white noise playing at 11 decibels for 2.5 hours. William Shakespeare was referring to Transformers The Last Night when he said it was a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. According to this film, Shakespeare and all of humanity's greatest thinkers and leaders, going all the way back to King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, who were completely real by the way, were aware that Transformers existed. The wizard Merlin was also, and they were dragons. The world is real, there is no point. This movie has unquestionably made $1 trillion. Let's take a look at some of the movie's behind-the-scenes footage. Michael Bay had to abandon many of the additional Transformers he had planned to include in the film in order to stay within its $160 million budget. We can get an idea of how much Transformers cost to make because that enormous sum of money was insufficient to purchase all of the robots that director Michael Bay planned to include in the movie. Interesting, right? The majority of people believe that Transformers' action scenes, which were so intense, were all CGI. Unbeknownst to the viewers, Michael Bay just used CGI to add the enormous aliens to sequences that already existed. In other words, to generate mayhem for the action scenes, cranes, wires, and even catapults were used during filming. It's important to keep a number of factors in mind, especially when dealing with enormous alien robots. To include the Transformers in the picture, a shot could be replayed numerous times. Bay employed long poles with cardboard cutouts of each Transformer to simplify the shooting of the scenes, which helped the cast face the appropriate way when shooting. Simple, but powerful. Aren't you guys excited about the new release of June 9th on this year? Let's see what the movie has for us. Rise of the Beast, a film directed by Stephen Caple Jr., will most likely follow the 1984 animated series Beast Wars plot. The science fiction film will center on Optimus Prime in 1990s New York and Peru, and Peter Cullen will return to voice the robot. Along with a live-action human cast, additional Autobots and Terracons are expected to appear in the movie. And that is all for today's video. Don't you guys want to watch that movie? Tell us down in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Click on the right to watch more exciting videos, and if you liked our video, give it a big fat thumbs up. We'll see you in the next video. Autobots, roll out!